AmaZulu King Misuzulu kaZwelithini has today addressed the commemoration of the 146th Battle of Isandlwana. Curiously, he did so without a traditional prime minister to oversee the proceedings. It was the monarch's first public appearance since Monday's urgent interdict, which was brought by one of his queens. She lost her bid to halt the king's two upcoming wedding ceremonies. Newzroom Afrika's Ziyanda Ngcobo is in the area of Engqutu in northern KwaZulu-Natal, and she joins us live now. Ziyanda, good afternoon to you. Let's look back at how this commemoration played out today. The traditional prime minister of the AmaZulu nation absent, and so who was guiding the ceremony, so to speak, and then who did the king have side by side him today when he made this appearance, which we haven't seen him in a way, by the way, for quite some time?
Well, Xoli, I can tell you that it eventually became KZN Arts and Culture MEC, Mtomuhle Kaula, conducting and leading the program here today. And when it came to the moment when the king had to be introduced and to take the podium, it was the deputy AmaZulu traditional prime minister, that being Inkosi Pathisizwe Qiliza, who introduced the AmaZulu monarch. And you asked who he arrived with here today. Well, his queen, Nomzamo Mnyeni, exiting the same vehicle as his. Don't ask me whether or not this means, you know, the security detail has been withdrawn or they always travel in the same vehicle together, given the fact that the KZN Premier earlier telling us that he's seen no such letter purported to have been written by the Zulu monarch, in which he withdrew her security detail and the benefits accorded to Queen Nomzamo Mnyeni. Nevertheless, Xoli, one of the things that were key for the king today is to communicate that he's technically still in seclusion. Therefore, it's a confirmation by the wayside that there won't be any ceremonies until the 12th of February, when all the necessary rituals to conclude the first fruits of the First Fruits Festival have concluded. Let's listen to what the king had to say earlier.
Ngicela ukuba ngixolise kakhulu kwabamaphepha. Ngiyazi ukuthi kuningi kade bekulinde namhlanje ukuba kuzophuma emlonyeni wami. Mhlambe okuthinta ngize ngisaba ngisho ukuyisho. Mhlambe okuthinta ingwe yama trust, okuthinta lona ibhange ithala. Mhlambe okuthinta usikompilo nokuphila kwesizwe, indlela eyaphambili. Nina besilo uma kuthiwa ngifakwe ingubo emlonyeni, kusuke kushiwo khona lokho alikafiki usuku lokuba ingwenyama ikhulume eindaba zezwe njengamanje kulesi sikhathi.
So a bit of a damp squib, Xoli, given how there were some in the royal family who were expecting him to use this moment, this address here today, to speak about the many controversies surrounding him personally and the royal household, the divorce proceedings, the victory that he attained at the Pietermaritzburg High Court when it came to the court interdict. What's to be said about, getting a new AmaZulu traditional prime minister? Perhaps also telling us a bit about why he fired, Prince Simpiwe Zulu, who was his spokesperson. None of that is on the table. In fact, the king promised that he would address all issues when he opens the KZN legislature later on this year.
Very much for that update live for us from Engqutu in northern KwaZulu-Natal.